How's everyone doing on this beautiful Friday morning? TGIF. This week has seemed like a long one. Good morning, Mr. Pete and Mr. Ed and Mr. TC Blades. Three of my OG buddies. Hope you gentlemen are doing great this Friday morning. Oh my goodness. I just about made a heck of a mess and got stabbed in the back by my new knife already. Well, not my new knife yet, but the one we're going to be working on. I had it laying up behind me on the couch, drying off where I just spray painted it. And I forgot about it when I sat down and it fell off the back and stabbed me in the back, so that wasn't cool. Good morning, Fred the Lug. So yeah, let's see. What is going on with everyone this morning? I need to get my Bluetooth headphone attached. So if we have any audio. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Fred. Hope you gentlemen are doing great. Got the original background back on. Didn't bother me any, Ed. Let's see. Get this headphone connected. All right, we're good. So, what did I carry last night? Well, a couple of new knives I received yesterday that I forgot I even ordered. Starting off with one I can't ever even remember the name of. Well, I can, but it's taken me a minute to get it in my head. Sorry, I'm trying to read my phone. I can't read and talk at the same time. So anyway, this is the Sword Shade. This is the one I got with the ruby pivot collar and the M398 blade steel. Beautiful knife. Beautiful clip. Great action, great ergos. I mean, this thing just feels super comfortable. Curve here, fits the curve here, perfect. Everything about it feels great. Action on it is great. Yeah, just about everything about it is perfect. It's a big knife. Anyway, had that in my front pocket. And then let's see. And then in my back pocket, I had the manganese steel kimono that I bought the same time I bought this knife. And it is also, it might possibly have the best action out of the box of any knife that I've gotten. You can see how it just drops and closes perfectly. You don't have to do anything to the blade. Beautiful knife. The blade shape is growing on me. You know, I like a good harpoon. I like a good compound grind. So I'm really digging the whole thing. So I had that in my back pocket. This one came with the flipper tab delete done by my buddy Paul Might. So I didn't even have to worry about doing that. He took care of it for me. It looks like he did a fine job on it. Nice little curve to it. Smooth. And then, last but not least, I got a big giant... Why is it so hot in here? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just hot this morning. I got me a giant Monterey Bay knife. This is an MBK. And as you can see, it doesn't look like there's anything in here. But here it is. It's a big boy. It is a Monterey Bay Knives watch pocket knife. And it is a slip joint knife, double detent slip joint knife, and you can actually flick it open if you get it exactly right. Wow, I did it the first try. It's made to go in your coin pocket, and it has got S90V blade steel. These were, I think, $85 new, and he threw it in with these two knives for $40, so I couldn't pass it up. So those were the three knives I got yesterday. Let's see. Y'all don't mind smashing that like button, that would be awesome. So the Chinese knife came in this giant thing. Well, I say the Chinese knife, but I meant this one. They're probably all three Chinese knives. But the sword shade came in this giant thing. And I don't know if that is a thing from Exclusive Pocket Knives. But it did come in this big. This knife in here, kind of funny. But big nice case for that one. And then manganese steel came in this one with a nice full set of hardware, including the lock bar insert. I guess the bearings got swapped out on it. It might have skiffs. It feels like it has skiffs, but this might just be an extra set of bearings and all that jazz. Morning, William. So I like when knives come with a full set of extra hardware. We'll put that one back up for now. And then y'all saw what the Monterey Bay Knives came in, just a regular pouch. All right, so that's got those taken care of. So I appreciate y'all bearing with me yesterday as we kind of learned the capabilities of the little sander. But I would like to announce that it is a lot more capable than I gave it credit for on stream yesterday. And honestly, in all reality, I think we will be able to do this knife with it. For one, sometimes I'm a major idiot on stream, and belt sanders seem to work much better when they're going in forward instead of reverse. In theory, they should work the same, but when you're pushing into it and you're so yesterday I was going backwards, and since this thing doesn't have very much oomph behind it, I couldn't really tell because it wasn't pulling it up or down. But I just spray painted this knife again to do the black again, but I was able to finish the front of it with that belt sander after the stream yesterday. So that's super cool. And yesterday, synchronicity again. You remember I didn't have any, good morning Ron Crow. I didn't have any belts with a low grit. Well, the ones I ordered from Temu got delivered yesterday. So I do now have some belts with a lower grit. So we are going to see how those work this morning. And this paint is still wet. And these magnets are going to stick to each other. So I should probably, well, they're going to stick to each other and paint each other. All right, I'm just going to throw them on the floor over here. Concrete floor. As I pull them off here. I don't want them to paint each other. I don't want them to get stuck to each other. But I want to show y'all what I got going on here. I should have let this paint dry a little more, but I'm impatient. So I mentioned that the stencil that I made, I could have had a bigger belly on the knife. So I decided to leave. I think I'm done with this bottom. We can leave that belly on there and start the curve for the finger choil right there. But I was pretty much able to finish up the front of it yesterday with that belt grinder. It gave it a very smooth texture all the way along here. I got it even, and it actually got a good smooth texture up here at the front too. So we don't have much more left to get rid of. And since I got those belts today or yesterday, I know I said yesterday in the Discord that I wasn't going to work on it again till next Thursday. And that's going to be hard, but I'm going to stick to it. But what I really meant is I'm not going to work on it without being on video. So I figured sometime today, I'm going to let this dry for a little while we look at new knives. But we will see how those higher grit belts and the belt sander going forward instead of backwards works on this corner over here. Good morning, Knives Are Life and Clint. So let's bring up the drop point, see what's going on while I let this dry for a little while longer. And y'all got to let me know some knives to look at. Something y'all are excited to check out that's new. And those of y'all just entering, please don't forget to smash that like button. Morning, John. So today is the 9.4 version of the drop point. I think we did folding first last week, so we'll start with the fixed blades. I was reading pry bar there. Morin made knives, slack jaw pry bar knives. $65 for those rusted knives. Pry bars. Patina, sorry. They come with patina, already pre-applied. And those are pretty much just pry bars. They don't really look like they have much of an edge put on them yet. Those top ones do, so maybe they do. Kind of wondering what's going on with these and why he's selling them for 65 bucks. Looks like they do come with the sheath, so that's cool. Why do they look so thick? Oh, they must be small. Yeah, okay. They're not that small, though. Huh. Oh, okay, there we go. They're right at 6 inches. So what is going on with those? Why? Does he doesn't have any kind of... Oh, here we go. Sheep's foot or clip point. These knives have random copper etched patterns. Ah. Some have peened copper inserts and some without. Every knife has a pry bar end for small tasks. Perfect knife to loan to your Neanderthal friends. Each comes with a Kydex sheath and clip for front pocket carry. You can be quick draw McGraw. So yeah, 65 bucks. Good price on those. See what's next. Banzelcroft Customs, MEK Various. Another good value knife. 100 bucks. Or a utility knife of sorts. I guess that's all you need to hold the blade in, really. That's very interesting. Something I haven't seen. Sure y'all have. If they are out there, y'all have seen them. Looks like he's got canvas micarta, green resin. Oh, that's a different one. Oh no, that's a mech. He's got a copper liner mini mech. Very interesting. I have not seen one of those where you attach the blade that way, but it should hold the blade in place. Sure, he's done some testing. All right, Ribbon Knife Works, the Field Buddy for $195. Drop Point and Warncliffe. That's a pretty sweet looking knife. Kind of reminds me of what we were going to try to accomplish with one of those patterns a little bit. And this one kind of looks like the one we're doing. In fact, a little bit. Same kind of blade grind. Yeah, that's a Riven Knife Works. Bald Man knife. I like Bald Man. That one called a Forager. Looks like a bird and fish knife a little bit. Slicing herbs or... Yeah, that's a very clean looking knife in Nitro V for $225. He did offer it in a few different handles of, I guess, brown burlap, micarta. Yeah, super cool looking knife. Bald Man. Beacon Knives, top class. And I love the fact that he's got those pictures that are cut off that you can't see. That's my favorite. Let's see if we can fix that. Maybe. Yes, we can. There we go. Morning, Sever7. That's pretty cool looking too. Looks like it would be comfortable. See if we can find... See if I can bring this one up. Let's see. Oh, no. Looks like that one's the only one. I don't see the other ones. I think it's because I brought up this. Let me try again here. Yeah, there we go. There's a good close-up of the handle. I don't know why they do that on websites where they zoom in on the picture and you can't make them full screen. You can't do nothing. It could be because I have my screen zoomed in. Let me see if that's why. Nope. It's not why. Just a bad website. But nonetheless, we can figure out how to look at them. Fully, what's the price on that one? $250 for the top class. Bradford Knives, Guardian 4.2. We've already seen that one. A little bit smaller than the 4, I believe. Let's see. Based on our award-winning Guardian 4, our G 4.2, second generation, we have listened and considered customers' feedback. With or without a finger choil. All right. You can get it with or without a finger choil. Fox River Blades, the Finnick. Get that image brought up if we can. There we go. I was hoping y'all might pick one with a full blade grind like that we could go all the way across it. But it doesn't matter. We got to learn how to do it. TC, you can't right click and open a new tab. I would have done that to begin with. When you right click, it doesn't give you that option. They've blocked that. I know what I'm doing here. If you'd like to see, I'll show you. When you right click, it doesn't have open in new tab. You can block that with the script from your website. You can block people from right-clicking and being able to save your image or open it in a new tab. So then you have to go to inspect it and find the code for it and open it that way. Maybe I taught you something there. All right, Dauntless with the dagger. I think we saw that one last week. 345 for a dagger. Kyle Daly, the pocket, what is it? Pocket Bushcrafter. What's the size of that one? See, on this image, I can right click and hit open image in new tab, and we can look at it. But on that other side, I couldn't. A lot of people block you from being able to do that because I don't want you to be able to steal their images easily. But there's ways to get around it. If they're showing it to you, you can get to it. What's the size? 4 inches, 4-inch blade, so it's not as little as I thought it was. That looks super comfortable too. Huh. What's the price on that one? $375. That is the Kyle Daly Pocket Bushcrafter. And then Ben Seward Knives Custom Engraved Hunter. Oh, wow. Pretty cool. Like the blade shape on that one. Speaking of the Pictus being sold out, Pete, when I was talking about my Omega order yesterday, he said that the pre-sale for the Eldorado is almost sold out. So he's almost sold all the ones that he had made. Okay, TC. Glad you can do it. Probably because I'm in Firefox and not Chrome, but doesn't matter. I got it open. All right, and then today, which was yesterday, Montana Knife Company released a new one called the Chopper, which definitely looks like a chopper. Looks like a small machete. How big is that? 9 3/8 inch blade, 15 inches overall. So that is pretty much a machete. Machete. 52 100 ball bearing steel. Well, all right then. Mr. Fred posted in the channel earlier that he practicing his ano jobs. So let's go take a look at that really quick. Looks like he shot it on a potato, but the color looks super cool. I forgot that's what that knife was called, the Intruder. It threw me off when you said was able to get an Intruder. I was like, what is the Intruder? Why does that look like it's from a Nokia flip phone? Maybe it's from an old webcam or something. Yeah, well, it's clear you can't do it on every site, TC. That's why I'm not getting into it, because you can't do it. People block images on websites all the time where you can't right click on them and say open a new tab. This one you can, but lots of websites you can't, including Instagram. I've got an add-on added to this where I can on Instagram, but normally on Instagram you can't right click and open the pictures in new tabs. Try to right click on an Instagram picture and it does not give you the option to open in a new tab. Like right here. No option. Now it's coming up because I got that add-on. But maybe Instagram will sometimes and won't sometimes, but there's lots of websites that block pictures from being opened. Like Flickr is one of them. If we go to Ed's Flickr, you can't right click on those, I don't think. Kato, what is Kato Dog? Yeah, Kato Dog. So let me just show you, TC. I'm not trying to argue, but let me just show you. Let me add Chrome here. So this is Chrome. This is Google Chrome. This is not Firefox. This is Google Chrome. And if you right click on this picture, there is no open in new tab on Flickr. You cannot do it. They have a download button over here, but you cannot right click and hit open in new tab. And this is Google Chrome. If you would like to go check it yourself, here's the picture in question. It's one of Ed's pictures. And anybody that's done web development can tell you that you can block that. So right click on that picture and try and show me the on a stock version of Chrome, it does not give you the option to open it in a new tab. Nor does it on the next image. Or the next image. But anyway, got off track. What about the Pictus? Sold out now. Yeah, good color, great color on that knife, Fred, by the way. What voltage you said it was? 81, 80 volts and 21 on the backspacer. Yeah, that picture looks way better. I didn't realize the top of that knife looked like that. Guess I haven't looked at it from that angle very often. Yeah, it looks cool on that texture too. I like the shadows. And I don't use Firefox, TC. I use Chrome, but on my broadcast, I don't have my Chrome added because I've got my personal stuff on Chrome. So I use Firefox specifically for the stream. Yeah, mine, I don't know if mine looks like that or not, Fred. I hadn't paid attention really to the top of it. Let me dig it out and see if it looks like that. I don't even know where I put it now. I'm so disorganized at the moment because of all this moving around. By the way, I think by tomorrow I should have that post up with all my knives for sale. Yeah, it does look like that. I just didn't ever notice it at the front there, Fred. Ed, we're not trying to... that's why I was saying on Flickr, that's why they do that on some sites. I was just showing TC that you can't right-click and hit Save As or Open in New Window with lots of websites. You can put that in the code to not allow right-clicks. Some sites won't even let you to right-click at all. But yeah, Fred, mine has the same thing. I just didn't ever notice that part at the front up here. Seeing yours, it stuck out. I just didn't notice that it looked like that. There's what it looks like plain again, without the thumb stud. I just gotten to where I prefer it without the thumb stud. Just dry yet? Not really. Yeah, that's what I said, Ed. If you know how to inspect source. That's what I was doing when TC chimed in about being able to do it everywhere. That's how I had to get those other pictures, was inspect the source. I imagine I could do that with your Flickr too. Kato Dog, let's see. Flickr, whoops. There you are. Let's see if it'll let me inspect the source here. If I inspect it, yes, it will give me the image right there. But it won't let me right click on it. But yeah, if I wanted it, I could just save it now. Good to go. Cool picture, by the way. Oh, no, Fred, I got to keep it for if I ever sell it. I wish I had an extra one. I would like to buy a pack of 10 of those. Although they don't fit in most knives. I've tried to slide it in to a few different knives with slots. Some of them it will fit, but some of them it won't. All right, let's go back to the drop point. Today is going to be 3 more drops. The Bruin, which these are all kind of running together. All these fixed blades, there's a ton of them. You can't find a fixed blade you like, something's wrong with you. The Cub, oh wait, it looks just like the other one. There's minor differences in a lot of them. So this drops again today. The Pipe Tomahawk, if one of y'all wants to grab one of those. I grabbed one on the last drop. All right, then we get to folding knives. The Fiji Mini. What in the world? 31 bucks. 34 bucks. How little is little? Four inches overall with a 1.65 inch blade. I like it, but I just bought a little knife. I don't need another one. I would never carry it. Huh. Interesting, though. Free 3D printables. The Balisong Caddy. Spacers. Tool and Balisong Caddy. That's cool. They're offering all their stuff for free. Pretty interesting. It's good to see companies embracing that. .3 ounces. Yeah, it definitely can't be as small as that watch pocket knife. Watch pocket knife. Oh, look, Rosecraft got something new out again this week. They might drop more knives than anybody on the planet. The Piney River Peanut Vintage Blue. We were sitting around at the table on Labor Day talking about, and my mom was talking about my knife channel and to the rest of the family, and she was talking about how she remember her dad always used to carry one kind of like this. So we got to talking about old school knives and how her dad, my grandpa, if somebody ever asked him if he had a knife on him, his response to him would be, "I got my britches on, don't I?" And I said, I repeated it before her and said, he used to say, "I've got my pants on, don't I?" But she said he used to say britches. So that was his response if somebody asked him if he had a knife on him was, "I got my britches on, don't I?" But that's the kind of knives he used to carry, she said. Usually they had 2 or 3 blades, from what she remembered. We got the Sugar Maple Jack. Crystallized tie for $120. Man, I almost want to get one of those. How long is that blade? 2.55 inches. Dang, I wish it was a little bit bigger. That's a great price though. 154 cm. Crystallized tie and $120. Can't beat that. Sugar Maple Jack. I even like the name of it. I like a good old sugar maple. If I hadn't bought too many knives this week and just bought an Omega yesterday or the day before, I might think about getting one. I got to cut back a little bit. Going on vacation. Tyrant Ultra. What's up with the Ultra? What's first knife that allows dual 3 seconds from utility knife to full blade knife style. 30 plus blade options. 165 for the smooth titanium version. I think Ed carries his Tyrant every night. Oh, that's awesome, Michael. Yeah, whenever anybody asks about my channel, I kind of tell them it's kind of like the old guys that sit around in the morning at the local markets talking about the news. It's a bunch of guys sitting around talking about knives, drinking coffee, and getting their day started. So yeah, that's a cool one. I like modular stuff. Superlative. Oh my God, we're back on the superlative again. The Comanche. We get off that before I go looking for that stupid commercial again. Warlander Custom Creations. We see that every week. Giant Mouse and Carryology. The Ace Grand Oxyco? Oxyco? Oh, Oxyco. Oxyco. Yeah, we saw that one last week too. Limited edition. That's pretty cool with that tensegrity like pattern. Super cool. Makes me mad. I don't want to talk about it. I could be doing that if I didn't have to work 7 days a week. Urban Straight Hawk. The front flipper on that thing looks mean, huh? Man, I wish this paint would hurry up and dry. I guess I put it on too thick. That's what she said. So like I said, I'm going to leave that belly. Okay, so back to the straight hawk. All right. What do we got now? Curtis Custom M3 Slicer. Yeah, we've seen it last week or the week before or both. A lot of sites that have the built-in zoom won't let you open right by right-clicking. I'm curious if this one does it in Chrome. Let me check it out in Chrome and see if it right-clicks. Nope. So this is another one, TC. A lot of sites that have that built-in zoom won't let you click on it, right-click on it in Chrome either. Just so you know, so you won't be telling other people that. But yeah, if you go to that website, you can't right-click on that picture either in Chrome. I think Amazon's the same way with their Zoom pictures. You got to go to the actual pictures after you click on it. But if you're on the Zoom one, I don't think you can right-click on it either. I think Fred has has a Curtis Custom. Morning, Waylon. What kind of sharpener did you get, Waylon? Mayberry Customs. Wow, I like hearing about Mayberry Customs. That's a pretty cool looking knife. Wish it was full titanium, but I like it. Got the plain lines I like. To the top liner lock, hopefully. Pause. Show us the liner lock. Oh, nope. All right, I saw him flip it, so let's see if we can catch it when he flips it. Right there. Oh, yep, it's a top liner lock, which is awesome. You can see it going across, pushing the liner. How much is that one going to be? Oh, button actuated compression style lock. Yeah. MagnaCut 63. Let me go follow him. See if he's got a website. No, but he's got a pricing calculator. $7.90 for a standard build. Any milled pattern with either plain tumbled finish or blast tumble finished. That's pretty cool. He made a knife calculator. I'm going to save his link tree. Lamipshi just posted different FSD. Are they the FSDI or the new one he's working on? That video makes me cringe so bad with him laying those down on that rock. Like, why would you ano a knife and then lay it down on that rock? My God, it makes me cringe. I could not do that. I could not lay a knife down for pictures on a rock like that. I mean, I guess I could if I was super careful, but he's not very careful, it doesn't look like. What are we looking at, Andrew? You got a link? How long ago did he post it? When's he gonna release that finally? That's gonna be awesome. I just showed it. Where? That one? Is that? That's not Lemifshi, is it? Yeah, oh, it is. I guess he, maybe that's like plastic rock. It almost looks like fake rock. That could be one of those, like, decorative fake rock speakers or something. I wasn't even paying attention. I thought he just anodized one. Some guy just anodized one. So that's the pattern he's got now, I guess, that I got. But he's got a plain one. Hopefully these are budget steel versions. There's you. There's Andrew. There's a Waka update. Let's see if we can find that. Oh, it's from that other guy, huh? Oh, here we go. Coming soon. High quality production. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having 154 CM on all of them. I'm guessing it's the guy that always talks to him in chat. Put a Waka update, maybe. When's he gonna release the Empire? What's he calling it? He's not calling it. He's calling it the side jump instead of the Empire. Man, I can't wait to try that one out. I've been wanting an Empire for a while. In fact, the guy that I showed and sent to the Winterblade website ended up with a Empire. He said you can adjust the magnets in it to make it stronger, open stronger, or... That's pretty cool. Yeah, the Waka should be next. Anybody have a post about the Waka? Let me just see here. Can't even type Waka. Waka Waka. Waka update. Just finished CNC, and we'll move on to sharpening and assembly. We're about half a month away. It'll be available for sale in about half a month. Let me Google that for you. I love that website. That's so funny. I used to post that quite often to people. All right, let's go back and check out the last few things. Let's see, we got a Sonoras, another batch, or one's available, plain Jane. Wow, that milling pattern looks good. I just can't justify a button lock at that price. Like, but I do like that milling pattern, and I love the clean lines of it. Is it a top liner lock, or is it a plunge lock, or has it got a different kind of lock? I've never held one, except, well, I did at Blade Show, but I didn't pay attention. Yeah, I like that milling pattern. All right. Gavco, Hunchback Nurse. Yeah, we saw that one. Mojave. I think I would rather have a Mojave because it's not a button lock. But I wish they had the blade. I don't know. I always want some kind of combo knife between two different ones. I don't like a Warncliffe or a reverse Tonto as much as I do just a drop point. But I like the way that knife looks like my state a little bit. Looks like Tennessee. It's got the same angle on both ends. It actually looks exactly like my state. Just a little thinner. It's a plunge lock? Yeah, I can't do that. But yeah, it looks like Tennessee. Mojave does. And then we saw that one already too. Upcoming drops, the RR Standard Plus. What's up with the Plus? Is it bigger? Wish they had just a plain one like they used to release. His first version, they released a plain one. Yeah, the Plus, new and improved, compound ground, belt satin, with the addition of fat carbon inlays. You could have left that out. I don't know. A lot of people like it, I guess. I'm the exception to the rule, not the majority, I guess. I like that knife, though. I've been wanting one for a while. McNeese, Dixon, and Frag pattern. Got a Frag one, huh? Morning, Dwayne. Morning, Robin. You guys that just hopped in, smash that like button for me. If you don't mind. I don't like plunge locks, but yeah, because of the fake detent and how it has to come up that ramp to open, like, and lots of them have just the tiniest amount of blade play. Like, I mean, a lot of people wouldn't even be able to notice it, but I can notice it. Just a little bit of wiggle. Yeah, I'm done with plunge locks from now on, I do believe. All right, so that pretty much finishes that up. We've seen all the rest of these. They're always down here at the bottom. Book your own spot. So I wish this was dry, but I guess we can check out these new belts even though it isn't. So I put one of these new coarse belts on here. Let's see if it does a little better going the right direction and with a better belt. So I know I said I wouldn't do this till next Thursday, but we're doing it on the stream, so that counts. And if you weren't here earlier, I was able to just about finish off the front of the knife, just taking my time with that belt I had yesterday. And that was before this one with the with the better. So let's see if this removes some material better. Yes. Yes. It does remove material much better and faster. Leaving a cool belt satin too on the edge of it. You can see that where the line starts, where I did the one yesterday, it's a lot smoother than the lines that one's putting on it. But all I did was take my, it's hot, take my time, and I just about finished the front of it here. I think I'm going to leave this bigger belly because why take it off? Why not use all the steel? This one is 80. I wish, I need to get some 60s. But this one is 80, and it's working a lot better. But it didn't, I took off more metal than that yesterday. As you can see, even after I cut, there was a bunch of metal down there that I took off. So I just took my time and just sat here and did this. So we're gonna attempt to use this little sander So yeah, it's already taken, it took a lot of that off right there. So we will do that. You can see all the shavings and stuff. That's working a lot better. So we will attempt to use this next week. It's going to be hard. Not doing it until next Thursday. Yeah, you can see how quick it flattened that off. Wow. It flattened that end off really quick. So it's working way better. All right. Well, next week we should be able to get this done. I'll cut out this with a little bit more of this with the corded cutoff wheel. And we will finish the sanding best we can. We can use this top curve to get in there to the curves, even up here. Y'all can't see that, but there is a nice curve up here that we can use to get into the finger choil, along with this one. So next week, it's going to be hard waiting a week between working on this knife. You know I want to finish it today. But since it's a project that we're doing together, I thought I could work on it maybe 10 or 15 minutes on a few different streams between then. Just to kind of, you know, not drive myself crazy with waiting. Let me do on a fresh side over here. Yep. So you can see that notch it already made right there. So it's definitely doing the trick. It's working a lot better than that other belt did. And I'm going the right direction this time. I had it backwards yesterday, which I mean, this thing is running off like a little RC car motor, so you can't expect it to do much, but for what we're doing, I'm impressed with it so far. And the fact that it hasn't just completely quit working has impressed me a little bit. Yeah, so anyway, super cool. And like I said, I'll probably leave most of this belly. I might take off, I'm going to leave it all. Why not? And then I'll just start the finger choil. And I thought I might make it a little wider on the handle too, because my stencil didn't come all the way to the end. So I might just kind of leave a little bit of the black all the way around. And widen out the handle just a little bit more too. It'll definitely be a fun project. All right. Let's see. What else new is coming out? Oh, yeah, this weekend, I guess, Bourbon and Blades in Kentucky. Thinking about driving up there and checking that out. I guess we could go check it out and see what it says on the website. Let's see how far it is away from me. Bourbon and Blades at Red Hill Cutlery. Presented by Buck Knives. Saturday, September 6th. Turning chairman and CEO of Buck Knives, meeting collectors and signing blades with his hand engraving tool. They're going to have 100 limited edition knives, it looks like, and a free concert. By this chick, whoever she is. Music I won't enjoy, but let's see, where is this at? Red Hill Cutlery. It would be nice if we had an address. or a link you could actually click on. Tour of Red Hill. Radcliffe, knife capital of Kentucky. World's largest pocket knife at Red Hill Cutlery. 6,200 pounds of American steel. I don't care, TC. If you're posting like for a GoFundMe or something for somebody, if it's like an affiliate link, I would rather you not. But if it's a GoFundMe for a cause or something, I don't care about that at all. Just post it in general. So let me figure out how far this is. 8 miles from I-65. Okay. Radcliffe, Kentucky. Let's see how far that is from my town. Murfreesboro, Tennessee. To Radcliffe, Kentucky. 2 hours and 48 minutes. So it's almost to Louisville. And I'm logged in, which I shouldn't be. That sucks. I don't know why I was logged in. Turn off Firefox for just a second and get logged out. I don't know why I guess because I'm logged into YouTube. So I went to something with Google and it had me logged in. All right. I got that fixed now, I think. Yep, I did. See you later on, Crow. I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed with this knife right here. This thing's really impressive. The action on this thing is superb. Look at the black line. I brought a little vac in here to clean up all this mess. Yesterday I had a huge mess. Let me mute the mic for half a second while I fix it. Good as new. All right. But yeah, I'm really impressed with this knife. I'm definitely going to carry it today. But it's got to have skiffs in it because it just, I mean, it just closes. You can't get any more perfect. I mean, as soon as you tilt it up, the blade just drops. And I checked the pivot because I was like, man, the pivot's got to be loose on this thing. And it's not. Yeah, you can't get any better action. Oh, and one more thing. Last night, you remember how I said since I've added more detent to the FSDI that I would be able to remove a little lock bar pressure. After I fixed the detent stronger, I was unable to reach around here to the top and pull it. It was too strong, the detent was, and I couldn't light switch it either. And I'm happy to announce that now I can. I removed a little pressure, and so fixing that detent let me solve a couple of problems. It fixed the action on it a little bit, and it just gave it that stronger detent. So yeah, I got this one tuned about just where I want it. Well, that's cool. I think I can light switch it. Like, the detent is still pretty strong on it. So I fixed that one a little bit last night. This thing. But the star of the show really yesterday was that my first knife from Exclusive Folders, for my hands, there's not much of more comfortable shape. I don't know, something about the way my hands fit this knife. This curve right here is perfect along with this curve. And this one just fits my hands perfectly. It's not as drop shut, but it's kind of hydraulic. And it's kind of what I prefer. Just like Ron Crow said, I don't want them to be guillotines, really. This one still drops good, but you have to give it just a little bit of shake. But that ruby in the pivot is pretty cool. And this Zerk inlays are super cool, along with that clip and the backspacer. But I'm glad I finally got a knife from Exclusive Folders. But this one has that perfect lock-in right there. Like, that feels so comfortable and secure. And I love, that's just a standard, you know, I love blade shapes like that. Kind of boring. Your finger lands perfectly on this thumb stud too. That's where the natural position is, just perfect. So when I lay it in my palm and put my hands up there, it just lands perfect. So a lot of knives, you know, when you put them in your palm and you let them hit your palm, like this one, if I let it hit my palm, my finger is way away from the thumb stud. So I have to like let it not sit in my palm to get to the thumb stud to reverse flick it. You have to let it slide out of your palm to get up here to the thumb stud. But this one, when I just lay it in my palm and put my finger up there, it just naturally falls right on the thumb stud. And I like knives where they're secure in my palm, instead of having to let it slide out. And if you've got smaller hands, just about every knife that you hold, you got to let it kind of slide out of your palm to get to the thumb stud. I guess that's an advantage of having larger hands, but. And then that little Monterey Bay, super cute. But I got 3 packs of these 60 grit belts. So we ought to be able to remove some material. I bought 3 packs of these for 20 bucks off Temu. I don't know why I put this one up earlier. I knew it was going to come back out today. I will definitely, I carried these 2 all night, and I'll probably be carrying them all day again today. Yeah, this one's got just about the perfect action. You can just, one little shake, and it just drops. It's got great acoustics too. So yeah, it still bounces every now and then if you go down too hard with it, just like that, it bounces back out. So I don't like that, but some knives just do that. See, it just bounces out. And I think it's because of that built-in stop pin. Some knives, I've noticed more knives that have it built into the blade seem to bounce like that than ones that have it built into the scales. Yeah, those all 3 have a good sound. All right, what else? What else today? We're gonna wind this one down early if y'all don't give me something else to talk about. It's Friday, and I want to get to enjoying my weekend. Let's go look at some Discord while we're finishing up, I guess. So, last night, Ed was bored. There's my post of those 2. And Ed just kept posting pictures of his hot pink knife. And others. His shortcut. Yeah, that's a good, clean looking knife right there. That's what I would call a knifey knife. Just a good old knifey knife. Nothing wrong with those lines on that. That would make Laconico proud. Yep. Ed finding creative places to prop his knives up to take good pictures. Fred doing an excellent job on his NO. Lou, current rotation. Got him a Jesper Voxnays and something else. Model 6. Oh, yep. That's another one I've been wanting to check out, the Model 6. Full rotation. Oh, Troy playing Santa Claus. Wow, you really do look like Santa. So if y'all want to chip in and help Troy get a new Santa suit, what kind of knives does Santa carry? Yeah, I was curious about that too, Ron. I know Ron left, but Fred said something about XHP steel suddenly made a knife not work. And I was thinking to myself, how does the blade steel make the knife not work? Did anybody else curious about that? Oh my God. It just broke out in the. You know, that was mine and my ex-wife's like song. Well, actually, it wasn't that song, but it was by that group. It was let's see. Uh I wanna let's see. No, it wasn't that group. It was it was even worse than that. I can't even think of the stupid group's name right now. It was Color Me Bad. My God, what a song. Uh it was this song. I'm not gonna show the video, but you'll know the song just from the beginning.
Вторник, 1 августа. И я не знаю, что мне...
Yeah, y'all should know by that. Uh, what a song. We can do it until we both wake up. So, does that mean they're asleep? I don't understand that line. Never have. What a song. Right then. Yeah. Uh, this was another song that my ex-wife and me, that she loved hearing in my truck. And I don't know if y'all will know this one. All right, does anybody know what song that is? Got to stop it there. By the way, JT's knife collection is super impressive, but I wish he would learn how to rotate photos. JT, you got to learn how to rotate photos, buddy. I hurt my neck every time I go to look at one of your pictures on here. All you got to do is hit that little edit button and rotate that sucker. Because it drives me nuts. It doesn't really drive me nuts. I like looking at your knives. So don't stop posting them, but it would be awesome if you could get them where we could see them. And I guess it doesn't matter. A knife is a knife is a knife is a knife. But it'd be much better if they were like this. All right. Does anybody know what song that is? Hey, what about this one? Y'all don't know nothing about that. Oh, it's all good, John. They just look a lot better like this, my opinion. Or even you can flip them around the other way, where they're not upside down. You could do them like this. Where the blades are because you got some beautiful knives, man. Super cool knives. I love every single one of them. But when they're like this, it makes me want to turn my head upside down. No big deal, though. I know some people aren't as fluent with using phones, and I don't blame you. I wish I wasn't as good as I am, because that means I'd spend less time on it. No, that was Nemesis. It's called Munchies for Your Base. But this is Rodney O and Joe Cooley. This is Everlasting Bass. I can't play much because I'll get a copyright strike, but I can play a couple seconds and then stop. Yeah, this is Everlasting Bass. Yeah, and then we got this one, of course. Excellent, huh? In the black Benz limo with the cellular phone. We love the cars. We're Man, Cars That Go Boom is an old song. Girls rapping? Like, come on, man. Tigra and Bunny, or whatever her name was. Where Tigra... The Trim. They saw it. And we like them smart. Well, I like... Especially like... Which ones? The ones with the cars that go... Tigra, is that her name? uh, yeah. I gotta hear say her name at least.
A double easy hooking. He turned the Tigra and Bunny and we
Tigra.
Tigra and Bunny and we like the boom. We like the cars that go boom. Tigra and we like the boom.
Good morning, Pete. I mean, Fuchs. I read what Fuchs typed. Michael, it's all good. If you can't relate, it's all good. I'm done anyway. I'm done reminiscing. Were some good old times back then, though. We're still talking about knives. But we're going to end this one up anyway. That was just kind of some rambling at the end. Well, I appreciate y'all being here. If y'all haven't hit that thumbs up, please do so. We will be here again. Yeah, we were listening to Cars That Go Boom. We were listening to a bunch of old bass songs. Rodney O and Joe Cooley. Nemesis. Oh, I got one. Y'all probably, I can't, I said I was done, but see if anybody remembers this one. Because this one used to bang. Where is it? I don't even know if YouTube will have this one. Yeah, it's got to.
Trendsetter, 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 trendsetter.
Y'all don't know nothing about that song. I guarantee you don't. Y'all might have known y'all might have known some of his other songs. Like, there was one other one he had. Yeah, this one. There it is. He was saying trendsetter. Michael, you'll be all right, buddy. This is old school stuff. I mean, this is. That one makes me want to roller skate backwards. Anyway, all right, guys. We're going to end this one up. When I start playing JJ Fad, it's time to go. But I miss those days. Huh, Bob? Trendsetter. Trendsetter. Yeah. If I'm playing JJ Fad, somebody smack me. I mean, I thought Latrim was... I mean, Latrim, come on. At least they were cute. And not like Queen Latifah or something. Alright, guys. Hope y'all have a good one. We will be here at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm going to go hit some yard sales, see if I can find some knives. Hope y'all have a good Friday night. Tell the people you love them. Appreciate y'all. Y'all need me, reach out. And if you need somebody to talk to, reach out to somebody else if you don't want to talk to me. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.